Have you ever woken up after a long night of sleep and still felt exhausted? It's frustrating, right? You're doing what everyone says, sleeping 7, maybe 8 hours. Yet by mid-afternoon your brain feels foggy, and your energy crashes. I used to believe the only solution was just sleep more. But then I stumbled across something fascinating, a method that top pilots at NASA, elite athletes, and even high-performing CEOs quietly use to stay sharp all day, without living in bed. In this video, I'm going to share 3 science-backed sleep strategies that can change the way you recover energy, focus, and perform. You'll learn how a 10-minute nap can give you more focus than an extra hour of sleep, why splitting your sleep into 2 phases can unlock steady energy, and the most powerful secret, the one that ties it all together, is coming later in the video, and it might completely shift how you plan your nights. Before we dive into the first technique, let me take you into a story that will make you rethink the way you rest. Picture this. It's 2 p.m. You're at your desk, and your eyes feel heavy. You're not lazy. You've been working hard all morning. Your brain is running on fumes, and that familiar fog is creeping in. Now imagine instead of fighting it with another cup of coffee, you simply close your eyes for 10 to 20 minutes. When you wake up, your mind feels sharper, colors look brighter, and that sluggish feeling gone. This isn't a fantasy. It's the power of a short nap, often called a power nap. And it's not just anecdotal. It's backed by real science. Researchers at Flinders University discovered that a 10-minute nap is the sweet spot. It reduces fatigue and boosts performance more effectively than 5, 20, or even 30 minutes. The effect? It lasts for nearly 155 minutes after waking, and NASA conducted a famous study on pilots and astronauts. A 26-minute nap improved their alertness by 54% and performance by 34%. But here's the key. Longer naps can backfire. If you sleep past the 30-minute mark, your body slips into deep sleep, and waking up can leave you groggy, a state known as sleep inertia. Even worse, frequent long daytime naps have been linked to higher cardiovascular risks, according to studies cited by Stage and the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. So, how do you make power naps work in real life? Here's a simple 3-step approach. Step 1 *, schedule your nap about 1 to 2 hours after lunch, when your natural energy dip happens. Step 2 *, keep it short, ideally 10 to 20 minutes. Step 3 *, set yourself up for a smooth wake-up. A quiet, slightly cool environment is perfect. And if you want a secret hack, drink a small cup of coffee right before your nap. By the time you wake, the caffeine will start working, giving you a double boost. I still remember my first real power nap experiment. I was working on a huge project, deadlines closing in. Instead of pushing through the afternoon slump, I gave myself 15 minutes in a quiet corner. I woke up feeling like I'd hit a reset button. That night, I finished the project ahead of schedule, and without the usual burnout. Power naps aren't just a luxury. They're a performance tool. Short, intentional rest can help you reclaim hours of high-quality energy without adding extra hours of sleep. But here's the thing. A nap is just one piece of the puzzle. What if you could combine the benefits of night sleep and day naps into a rhythm that keeps your energy consistent from morning to night? That's where our next method comes in. ***, biphasic sleep ***, and it might be the solution for those long, demanding days. Let me tell you about a young architect named Daniel. He worked for a high-pressure design firm in New York, where deadlines were relentless. For years, he powered through 7-hour nights and endless coffee. But by 3 p.m., his brain always hit a wall. His creativity, the very thing he was paid for, would vanish. One day, after missing a critical presentation because he fell asleep at his desk, Daniel tried something unusual: biphasic sleep. Biphasic sleep is simple. Instead of sleeping one long stretch at night, you split your sleep into 2 phases. A shorter main sleep at night, about 5 to 6 hours. A short nap of 20, 30 minutes in the early afternoon. This rhythm mimics something our ancestors naturally did before artificial lighting, sleeping in segments, waking for a while, and then resting again. It's also mirrored in cultures with siesta traditions, like in Spain, where midday rest is a normal part of life. Science supports this too. Sleep Foundation and Sleep Doctor report that biphasic sleep can improve focus, cognitive performance, and mood, especially for people with long, mentally demanding days. Historical research even suggests that segmented sleep was common before the modern 9-to-5 lifestyle. Our bodies are wired to experience a natural energy dip in the early afternoon, making a nap highly effective. But here's the catch. Biphasic sleep works best when it's consistent. Your body loves rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same times, even for that short afternoon nap, helps your brain predict when to release melatonin and when to stay alert. Daniel committed to the routine. Sleep from 12 a.m. to 5:30 a.m., power through a focused morning, then a 25-minute nap around 1 p.m. After a week, he felt sharper. After a month, his boss noticed his ideas were fresher and his energy lasted well into the evening. And the best part? Biphasic sleep doesn't require extra hours. You're just redistributing rest to match your natural circadian rhythm. So why does this matter for you? If your lifestyle demands creativity, long hours, or just consistent focus, biphasic sleep can be your energy insurance. It bridges the gap between morning productivity and late-day performance. But what if you can't nap in the afternoon, or your schedule feels unpredictable? Don't worry. Our next method is the one high performers swear by, and it can completely change how refreshed you feel without adding a single extra minute of sleep. Now, let's step into the world of sleep cycles, where timing matters even more than total hours. Imagine Sarah, a young software engineer in Silicon Valley. She often slept a solid 7 hours, but woke up groggy, hitting snooze multiple times. She felt betrayed by her own body. How could she sleep enough and still feel half awake? The secret she discovered was simple. Your body doesn't wake up well if you interrupt the wrong part of a sleep cycle. Here's how it works. Sleep runs in cycles averaging 90 minutes, moving through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM dream sleep. If you wake up during deep sleep, your brain is still offline, and you feel heavy, slow, and unfocused. But if you wake up at the end of a 90-minute cycle, even with less total sleep, you can feel sharper and more refreshed. Science backs this up. Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews, 2006, found that waking at the right cycle phase improves cognitive performance and mood compared to waking mid-cycle. Sleepcalculator.net notes that cycles vary slightly by person, typically 80 to 110 minutes, but the principle is universal. Finish the cycle, feel the difference. Apps and smartwatches now use movement and heart rate to help predict these cycles, making timing easier than ever. So how do you apply it? 1. Plan sleep in 90-minute blocks. For example, for 0.5 hours, 3 cycles, or 6 hours, 4 cycles, is often more refreshing than 5 or 7 hours broken mid-cycle. 2. Use a smart alarm or calculator to target the end of a cycle, not the start of deep sleep. 3. Protect sleep quality. Dark, quiet, and cool rooms help your cycles run smoothly. Sarah switched from a random 7-hour sleep to a 6-hour, 4-cycle plan with the short 15-minute power nap at lunch. The first morning she woke up before her alarm. No grogginess, no snooze button. Her productivity jumped, and for the first time in years, mornings felt like a head start, not a fight. The 90-minute cycle method is powerful because it maximizes what you already have. Instead of chasing more hours, you get more energy from the same time. And here's the exciting part. If you combine the 3 methods you've learned so far, your days can transform. Power naps, biphasic sleep, and 90-minute cycles aren't just tricks, they're a system. Next, I'll show you how to connect these methods into a daily rhythm that feels natural, sustainable, and energizing. This is where all the pieces click together and where the real magic happens. Let me introduce you to Alex, a 35-year-old entrepreneur running a small digital agency. Before he learned about sleep optimization, his days were a blur of coffee, late nights, and unpredictable energy spikes. He often crashed by 3 p.m., then stayed up past midnight, trying to catch up. Sound familiar? Everything changed when he combined 3 strategies: power naps, biphasic sleep, and 90-minute cycles, into a single daily rhythm. Here's how it worked for him. Step 1. Night sleep aligned to 90-minute cycles. Instead of chasing 7 to 8 random hours, Alex set his main sleep to 6 hours, exactly 4 cycles of 90 minutes. He went to bed at 12 a.m. and naturally woke up at 6 a.m. without that heavy, groggy feeling. Step 2. A 15-minute power nap after lunch. At 1:30 p.m., he closed his laptop, reclined his chair, and set a 15-minute timer. Some days, he barely fell asleep, but even light dozing gave his brain a reset. By 2 p.m., he was back to sharp thinking instead of fighting fatigue. Step 3. Consistency creates flow. Within 2 weeks, Alex noticed he had more energy in the evening without extra caffeine. He could finish deep work in the morning, handle calls and meetings after his nap, and still have mental clarity for family time at night. The science behind this approach is simple. Night cycles handle deep restoration. Midday power naps clean mental clutter and restore alertness. Biphasic rhythm matches your circadian dip, giving you a natural second wind. But here's what surprised Alex the most. He didn't feel like he was sleeping less. He felt like he was resting smarter. His friends still pulled 7-8 hours a night and complained of exhaustion, while Alex thrived on a schedule that fit his body's natural rhythm. You might be thinking, asterisk, this sounds great, but my life isn't that flexible. Asterisk. Here's the truth. You don't need perfection. Even implementing 1 or 2 of these elements, like timing your sleep cycles or adding a 10-minute nap, can spark a noticeable shift in focus and energy. And remember that promise I made at the start? The the most powerful insight is still coming. It's the mindset shift that will make these techniques sustainable, not for a week, but for life. Because knowing how to sleep smarter is one thing, but learning how to live in sync with your energy is what changes everything. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Better sleep isn't just about what you do. It's about how you think about rest. I learned this from Melissa, a 29-year-old medical student juggling 12-hour rotations and late-night study sessions. She tried everything, apps, supplements, even blackout curtains, but she kept burning out. The missing piece wasn't a new gadget. It was her mindset about rest. Melissa always saw sleep as a waste of time. If she slept less, she thought she was being more productive. But the reality? Her brain was running at 60% most of the day. Once she reframed sleep as a tool for performance instead of a chore, everything changed. Here's the mindset shift that works. 1. Rest is an investment, not a break. Just like charging your phone, your body needs full cycles to function at 100%. 2. Consistency beats perfection. Missing one perfect nap or oversleeping once isn't failure. Your brain thrives on patterns, not punishment. 3. Listen to energy, not the clock. Pay attention to your natural dips and peaks. If your eyes get heavy after lunch, that's your circadian rhythm nudging you. It's not weakness, it's biology. Science agrees. Research from Stanford University shows that aligning with your circadian rhythm improves focus, mood, and memory even more than extending total sleep hours. Harvard Medical School emphasizes that mental recovery during short, strategic naps boosts learning speed and decision-making. Melissa started to protect her rest like an appointment she couldn't miss. She scheduled her main sleep in 90-minute blocks, added a 15-minute nap on long clinical days, and most importantly, she stopped beating herself up for sleeping too much because she realized strategic rest is productive rest. 2 months later, her grades improved, and her professors even noticed she was more alert and present in rounds. She didn't change her workload, just her relationship with rest. This is the part most people skip. You can try every trick, naps, biphasic sleep, cycle timing, but without the mindset of valuing and protecting energy, habits won't last. And here's the beautiful thing. Once this clicks, you stop chasing hacks and start living in rhythm. Sleep isn't the enemy of ambition, it's the fuel for it. In the next section, I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot and adapt these methods to real-life challenges, travel, late nights, or unpredictable schedules, so you can keep your energy high no matter what life throws at you. Let's be real for a second. Most of us aren't monks. We don't live in perfect sleep labs or have the luxury of quiet afternoons every day. We've got jobs, kids, deadlines, flights, social lives. So the question becomes, how do we actually apply these strategies in a messy, unpredictable world? That's exactly what Jordan, a single dad and freelance designer, had to figure out. Between school drop-offs, client calls, and trying to squeeze in some kind of social life, Jordan felt like sleep was always sacrificed first. But instead of chasing perfection, he built what he called a sleep rhythm toolkit. It wasn't about rigid rules. It was about choosing the right strategy for the day he was living. Here's how he made it work. 1. On regular days, ***, Jordan used a 90-minute cycle plan at night. He'd aim for 6 hours and wake up right at the end of the cycle. Around 2 p.m., he'd squeeze in a 12-minute power nap, even if it meant closing his eyes in the car before picking up his son. 2. On busy, nap-free days, ***, he leaned on a biphasic mindset. If he couldn't nap, he gave himself permission to sleep 7.5 hours that night, 5 full cycles. He focused on winding down earlier, even just 15 to 30 minutes, to preserve mental energy. 3. On chaotic travel days, or with unexpected work, ***, Jordan would reset using one short nap the next day, paired with a 6-hour core sleep to restabilize. He stopped panicking over one bad night. Instead, he focused on rest recovery, not sleep guilt. This flexible system is actually how elite performers operate. Pilots, pro athletes, and even military personnel are trained to adapt their sleep, not to perfect conditions, but to changing conditions. Research from the U.S. Army's Performance Triad program shows that strategic naps, cycle planning, and resilience to disruption increase alertness and performance in unpredictable environments. Here's the takeaway. You don't need a perfect schedule. You need awareness and intention. You don't need daily naps. You need a way to recharge when your body asks for it. And you don't need 8 hours every night. You need smart cycles and quality rest. Jordan's life didn't magically slow down, but he learned to flow with his energy, not fight it. Some weeks were smooth. Others were wild. But through it all, he had tools, not just willpower. And now you do too. In the next and final section, I want to bring this all together, not just as a checklist, but as a shift in how you treat your energy, your mind, and your future. Because this isn't just about sleep. It's about showing up fully awake for the life you're building. We've reached the end of this journey together. By now, you've learned that sleep is not just about hours. It's about energy, rhythm, and self-care. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, clear-headed, energized. You move through your day without that heavy mental fog. You're present in conversations, creative in your work, and calm even when life gets noisy. That's the true payoff of mastering your energy. And today, you've taken the first step. But here's the thing I've learned from years of coaching. Deep energy and true clarity don't just come from fixing sleep. They come from clearing the mind and releasing emotional weight. And that's where I want to introduce you to something powerful, the Ho'oponopono Certification Program. This online course, guided by Dr. Joe Vitale, Dr. H.E.W. Lan, and Matthew Dixon, teaches the modern practice of Ho'oponopono, a Hawaiian method of inner cleansing and emotional release. Over 8 video lessons, you'll learn how to let go of anger, guilt, and resentment, those silent drains on your energy, and replace them with calm, focus, and emotional freedom. The greatest benefit? Inner clarity that amplifies everything else you do. When your mind is clear, sleep is deeper. When your emotions are lighter, your energy lasts longer. And if you want to take it further, completing the course gives you an internationally recognized certification, opening doors to coaching, wellness, or simply helping the people you love. And right now, it's available for just $39 with a 60-day money-back guarantee. That means you can start transforming your inner world risk-free. So if you've been feeling that quiet pull, the desire for focus, calm, and a mind free of old weight, this is your moment. Click the link below, join the Ho'oponopono certification, and take the next step to unlock the version of you that's fully awake, energized, and at peace. Your energy is your life. Protect it, grow it, and most importantly, *** live it fully, ***.